I have never played any Spyro games before, so just like Crash games, these came to me as a positive surprise. I will be talking about all the 3 games a bit separately, or at least the first one, because to be honest the first game didn't hold up that well. First game had quite a lot of problems with the gameplay mechanics, not in sense that they did not work well, but the simple lack of them. Overall the second and third game were just awesome, and when looked as in what kind of games they are trying to be, they are one of the best action adventures for young players. I played first game to 120%, second to 100 and third to 117. I enjoyed that much the collecting experience of everything.
Bear sold us a laser defense system to protect us from Rhino.
Every game has a shit ton of worlds and levels. There were only few purely annoying levels with stupid shit like poison swimming with limited time power up in the third game, meaning you had to run back and forth to get all the gems. Although if you are just enjoying yourself you wouldn't need to do that, mainly you spend your time flaming or charging at enemies, following your firefly friend who shows where the gems are and collecting everything you can see. In the first game your objective is to rescue adult dragons that were turned into crystal, so you're collecting them with the gems. Second game you are forced to kill certain amount of enemies per level to get into the gem missions or side quests. Third game you are collecting dragon eggs, similar to the first game. First game is rather slow on extra stuff to do, but second game adds extra movement abilities and backtracking through older levels to get into places you previously could not get into. Third game has a lot of friend characters that you rescue, and you can play levels that feel like completely different games at times. Literally had to massacre Kung Fu Pandas in an FPS mission as an agent monkey. Very fun and innovative. No multiplayer in old game like this. There are flying, driving and even skate and snowboarding missions, which add to the already great amount of variety. These are never forced to player who doesn't want to play them. With enemies there isn't variety in how you kill them, charge or torch. Expect bosses, but for child game you wouldn't think a complex thinking. It does work great, and some enemies can give you a hard time. Variety of enemy models and styles depending on the world or level you are in is insane though. Developers really went all out in the amount of visual stimulant. Gameplay is your basic 3D exploration, with smooth and great controls. Everything works just, well, perfect. Spyro 1 gets a bit boring due to the lack of upgrades or anything changed to gameplay. Later games of the trilogy add swimming, diving, drains, boards, planes, firefly levels, brutes to ranked friends, shooter friends, flying friends and super jumping friends. A lot of stuff and a lot of variety in gameplay and controls come later in the trilogy. But it's a good thing that everything works perfect in the controls. I never died because of the controls. AI is fair to the point that it doesn't rape you endlessly with instant damage or hit scan. Instead it is greatly balanced to the point that they will kill you. But again, if you keep your distance and time your movement you will have no problems. Not a self-learning AI is expected from a child game, and as we look at the game from the viewpoint of audience it's meant for, and of course from my own one too. It does work perfectly to its own best. Only few enemies were harder and more annoying as they cast a fast-moving projectile when you glide near them. Same thing as with Crash. Spyro Reignited is completely remade trilogy. Graphics remind once again me from modern animated 3D movies. Lighting plays a huge role with fire breath, and just the amount of dynamic shadows in the grass is wondrous. A lot of small details and effects are used, but never too much to overwhelm your eyes out of your objective. Animations work seamlessly among the graphical presentation, and there really is nothing bad to say about it. No glitches. No too dark places, no too light places. Contrasts are well balanced, and the amount of colors in the world would poorly planned look like a child's puke. But clearly the guys in level design and asset design know their shit. Audio wise it's nothing groundbreaking, but again nothing bad to say about it. It's a child's game and I can't really judge the audio work too harshly because of that. Lot of sounds are used and everything is great in quality. but sometimes it feels, well, little childish. With the scoring of the game, I'd say the first game deserves 8 out of 10. This is because there isn't really anything wrong, but last hour made me wonder, is it over yet? Second game and third game add all the time more gameplay mechanics and better level designs, and they are 10 out of 10 on the action-adventure genre for young audience. Everything just works and keeps you interested more than the first one. Difficulty is more balanced, but still, me who has played games for last 20 years died here and there do my own mistakes.
What? All this time you've only wanted them for their wings?
Of course, you ignorant girl! I need them for a spell so I can live forever!